Careful. Hey, did you see? I just realized how dirty that wall is behind you.
I know. It's been like that since you tried to shoot me in the face with the cork.
The screen. Sometimes you can see the sticky champagne on it. I left it there as a battle scar.
Well, the funny thing was,
you hit record, right?
Yeah. The funny thing is, the last time you were like, "Why don't I just shoot this at your face?" And I'm like, "No, because that'll fucking hurt." And then a cork goes off into your hand on accident.
Oh,
in
like, the kitchen?
Yeah, and you're like, "Holy shit, that would have hurt."
Hurt. No, it hurt really bad. It hit me in the thumb, dude.
Oh, I know.
And it did not feel good.
I told you that shit binds people, man.
At all. My thumb was stinging.
Time the fuck out. You guys want to know something fucking interesting? I just learned about fucking champagne corks.
What?
24 people die every single year from champagne corks.
What?
24 people.
Just like point blank bullshit?
People being stupid and fucking doing like the saber technique, getting hit in the face. Yeah. People just fucking randomly shooting them into a crowd. If it hits you like in the eye, it can cause glaucoma. Like fucking crazy shit.
That's what people would say they had so that they could get a weed card back in the day.
Probably
I got glaucoma.
Probably still doing some states that haven't legalized it yet.
The crazy thing is that's more people than die from a shark attack every year. There's only
that
like 5
pretty
people.
Wild.
That's only like 5 people.
I feel like you are more likely to die from getting your ass bit by a shark than. But apparently not. Math do be mathing sometimes.
Cows kill more people than sharks every year.
Okay, what?
How did Johnny die? Oh, he got his fucking face ripped off by a champagne cork.
Yeah. How did
that motherfucker got?
We text Matt's family. Matt's at the hospital today. It's Sunday at 11:45.
Matt, give me your
what happened?
Now.
What happened? Matt said you won't shoot me in the face with a cork, and Rich said bet.
Challenge the manhood of another man.
Yeah, you can't fucking do that.
His man card in the process.
Yeah, the one guy you shouldn't challenge to anything because you know what? Content. I'll do it.
Right.
I'll do it.
Your text yesterday, by the way.
Which one?
The one about Chris. Get in touch with Chris. June 10th is a set.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? And I was like, oh, I finally put everything together, and I was like, what the fuck?
More expensive this year.
I figured it was probably going to be
$600.
So I just want to let you guys know that.
So yeah,
when you said, think about it. Matt, get in touch with Chris, I thought you said get touched by Chris.
He probably do that too.
I'm just saying. I don't know what you're floating over there. I support you in any, whatever your endeavors are.
He's doing it the same as last year, where it's like quarter of it up front.
Yeah.
And then because it was, remember we paid like $150 up front and then $425 on the back end last year.
Yeah.
So my dad's doing it this year. My dad already paid him.
Oh really?
All $600.
Yeah, I can't afford to do that now.
I feel like it was cheaper last year.
It was $500.
Yeah, it was that more than anything. I learned a lot.
Did you burp into your mic?
Yeah,
that was you. God,
I burped while talking.
That was impressive.
Olympic event. If that was an Olympic event, I'd win a gold medal. But that more than anything, that was fun. That was a really good time.
That was more golf balls than I've hit in my entire life.
Matt goes, my fingers hurt in the morning. You were so sore in strange places.
And remember, I had like 3 blisters on my hands and everything. I was like, oh.
Matt, what do you think? Over under 1,000 golf balls?
Well over.
Over?
Well over.
You think like 1,200?
Yeah, probably 1,200.
1,200. He's going to Kansas City right after the golf school with us. So June 10th, he's going to Kansas City in July. I hooked him up with Q.
I'm gonna say Q better do it.
I was like, Q, to be honest with you, like he's not doing a golf school, so it's gonna be cheaper. But it's a 2.5 hour lesson for like $250, and like Chris is like top of the line. You know what I mean? Chris travels to Ireland and Chris went to Ireland, UK, Australia.
I forgot where I always said he was going.
And he was supposed to go to Japan, but something fell through there. And then he was supposed to go to Germany, and I think he still did.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But he's got a long reach. And then I got Kevin in touch with him too, because you want to talk about exposure. That dude, like his YouTube's a little lacking, but his Instagram, he's got like 30,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to him today, try to get that all put together.
He's working with me on a price, so just like I'm paying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I might do like 3 payments of 200 and just he'll be paid.
He's
he'll
cool
be paid
as long as it's paid at the time that the school starts.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't give a fuck. We gotta have him back on the show.
Oh my God, yeah.
But let him know ahead of time what the show is. You remember that? We asked him the would you rather questions, and he was like, please don't post that.
Now, whenever we have a new guy show up on the hockey team, like whether it's a sub or just a new guy joining the team, we ask them those would you rathers, and they have to answer them.
That's so fucking funny.
I always lead with would you fuck a goat? That's the one that gets led with.
Yeah, would you fuck a goat?
Would you fuck a goat and nobody know about it, or not fuck a goat and think everybody think you did? And
I still stand by my fucking answer.
I don't remember.
I fucked the shit out of that goat.
Nah, dude. I'm not fucking it, and you can think I did. I don't give a
My
shit.
favorite one though is that you're halfway in your mom, and your dad's halfway in you. Which
I
way are
asked
you
my
going to
dad
get
that
out?
question, and you know my dad usually just says you're an idiot.
Yeah.
He answered it.
Really? What did he say?
Yeah.
What'd your dad say?
The answer may surprise you. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, he said he'd rather go forward. He'd rather go into his mom. Because while it's, I'm trying to say what he said.
So he's going for inbreeding and not.
He's going to get like emotionally and mentally ruined either way, right? He'd rather enjoy it.
I don't know that you're enjoying that.
Well, he'd rather have like a moment of pleasure. You know what I mean?
Get me out of here.
Okay.
He must not be used to having things up his ass.
Well,
I think.
I'm not, and I'm not going that way. But I will not feel pleasure going into my mom.
And then I asked him, would it be grandma as we knew her right before she died, or would it be grandma as you knew her as a kid? And he said, stop asking me questions right now.
Oh my God.
He goes, I didn't think there'd be follow-ups.
wow.
What was the third would you
Grandma
rather?
was such a handsome lady.
It's Freaky Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Mom's
your
in your girlfriend's body, your girlfriend's in your mom's body.
who you fucking?
Which input is Billy in? Because his is really quiet on the.
I don't know. Who plugged him in?
Not me.
We also didn't do a mic check.
No,
Me and Rich are fine. It's you who's quiet.
Oh.
It's your mic for some reason does not like that mixer. Because remember we plugged it into the
No. So it's
the
it
Focusrite
likes,
and it was fine.
It likes the mixer. It doesn't like the chords sometimes. Like those last chords we had. Those chords were fucking shit. Then we got these.
Billy, what input you plug yourself into?
2 or 3, one of those.
All right, keep talking.
I don't think it's that one, man.
No, that was you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got real loud. There it is.
All right, that should be good.
That sounds so much better.
Okay.
Oh Jesus!
You knew he was gonna do something.
So
there.
let's jump into the beer real quick, and then I'll talk about what I wanted to talk about because you said something about weed that I want to get into.
I said something about weed.
He said something about weed that I want to get into.
Who?
You did.
What did I say?
You just like mentioned it really quick, and I have a conundrum that Q is in, and he's not here to defend himself, so it's the perfect time.
Conundrum? No, I'm gonna stop.
Conundrum. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna edit it in as like in SpongeBob where Squidward's in like the dead zone.
Yeah.
He's like, future.
Yeah.
It's gonna say conundrum right above us. Matt, what'd you bring?
I brought Wetsuit by Fetch Brewing. Wetsuit, our new citrusy blonde, is on tap now. Perfect for a summer day, a bit of lemon rind, and a touch of hops. Not too hoppy.
I got money says it was sitting in his car for way too long.
Cascade and Styrene Cardinal hops were used for their different notes of orange, lemon, and grapefruit. It comes in at 6.1%. And yeah, that's about it.
You didn't do too bad there.
No, I don't feel like I struggled too bad.
You think I could cut it with Red Bull?
I wouldn't try it.
That's not gonna work. It's way too full. It's all the way up to the top. Because that's how you're supposed to pour these.
Not all the time. Depending on the style of growler you have, maybe. You can cock that glass a little bit more.
I'll tell you right now, it smells real good.
It tasted real good at the brewery. Me and my uncle had 5 beers and the growler. And I got the growler. It was $37.
It's not bad.
No, I thought it was really good.
Was Growler's like 4.5 beers?
Something like that.
Nah, fuck you.
Fuck you! I bought the beer.
You already had it.
Yeah, you already had it. You piece of shit.
You're all
You
assholes.
think this is a fucking community beer for you? No, you brought it for us.
So 2 weeks ago, when John and I recorded,
Yeah.
that sounded
That
rough.
sounds
Yeah, that was a horrible pour by me.
Look at it, Billy.
I know
underneath
it's
the
bad.
computer
It's
screen.
bad.
Why does it look like your beer has rabies?
Because
What is
I
wrong
poured,
with
I
you?
poured it really bad.
It looks like you poured yourself a shot and then like manufactured sea foam and put it on top.
I
It's
thought you were
actually
gonna
the
say
head's going
semen.
away quicker than I thought it
Well,
would.
yeah, it was already in a growler. But John brought a whiskey, and you know my New Year's resolution was 1 beer a week, 1 on Sundays, right? And so we went out Sunday night, and I got a beer, and I took a couple sips, and I was like, oh, fuck. Up, good. I'm good. All right, let's give it a taste. It smells really good. It smells like really citrusy, not like sweet citrus, but definitely just. It's a matte beer for sure. It's dry. It's not bad. I don't know why I was
dry, but it's like they're trying to do too much.
I don't know why I thought it was going to taste like summer shandy. See, the problem is I set expectations for this beer.
The flavor's all over the place.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
I really like the flavor. Really?
Oh my god! Did you get that under the screen?
Under the screen.
That was dope as fuck.
It like rose too. It was
That was
weird.
super cool.
I literally looked
Who'd you
down.
have the camera on?
Billy.
Oh, okay.
I literally looked down, saw the cap, looked over at Matt, and I was like, I'm gonna try to get between the two hanging cords. And I was
That's
like,
super
just
cool.
send it.
That was awesome.
All right, now it's time for a wall plug.
Yeah, no. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Oh, nice.
I should just get like a rubber band gun, and like when he pisses me off every now and then. Just
Talk about the beer.
about the beer?
Goofball. What do you think? Talk to me
The
about
flavor-
the flavor.
The flavor's all over the fucking place, man. I don't
What do you
know
mean?
what, like, I get citrus one way, then I get a very tart flavor on the other. It's just, it's not consistent.
Well, citrus is technically tart.
It is
Right.
Tart. No, it is tart. What I'm saying is it's like really tart on one end, but it's citrusy on the other.
Why is the T so strong when you say tart?
Tart.
Tart. The first T is really strong for Billy. It I
It's
wonder
very-
what it would taste like fresh out of the tap.
It looks like a Bud Light,
I will say
but
this.
it drinks like a
Yeah.
fucking
It
IPA.
does taste good right now. It tasted better straight out of the tap.
Yeah, I had a feeling because I'm looking at Billy's beer because you can see through his glass a little bit better. My honestly oversharing mug that you can find at teamexcluded.com/honestly oversharing,
Along with this beautiful hoodie.
along with that beautiful hoodie and Matt's as well.
Person not included, by the way.
It's
Sorry,
frosted,
ladies.
so I can't really see the carbonation. But Billy's beer does not look very carbonated.
No.
How long was that sitting in your car?
No. Actually,
Nah,
hang
I
on,
need
Matt.
an answer. How long
Matt,
was that sitting in your
because
car?
I got it Wednesday, and every night I would bring it into the hotel and put it in the fridge because I was in different hotels each day.
So
Okay, all right.
hang on, wait a minute.
So
How
it
far
was in
were
the
you?
car for a little bit.
How
It was in
far
the car.
come your last day out?
Huh?
wherever you were
Repeat
at?
that. How
Yeah,
far
Billy.
come?
Yeah.
How far from? Not come.
No,
you
you
dumb
s-
shit.
No, you said
come.
I
come.
100% said from.
Okay, well,
Both you,
you
can fuck.
also-
Now listen.
You notice Billy
Shut the
never
fuck-
misspeaks ever.
Hold
You can
on.
accuse him of it, but
Matt,
he never fucking did
And
it.
I'm sorry,
I just
what?
want you to know, remember last week when he misspoke and he
Yeah.
said he didn't?
He did. 100% he
fucking
did.
hell?
Oh,
Or get
I
fucked.
have an amazing plan to
No.
just show him.
How-
Good. Flame him like you always get me.
I mean, he can go
yeah.
for it. It's fine.
100%.
How far from the brewery? I don't know if you're listening over there. Did you clean the cum out of your ears? Okay, good. How far from the brewery on your last day were you to where you could have just went and picked up a growler the day of so it only sat in the fridge for 2 nights?
Ooh.
It's called 3 hours away.
That's why I was asking how
No,
far.
I was 3 hours away from the brewery on my last day.
See how easy it was to
Oh.
answer that?
Oh, no, he did answer it.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I asked the question of how far.
Well, that's not what. Whatever. We're getting
Like-
off of that.
We're here.
Yeah.
I get it.
I don't think
I enjoy the flavor. I definitely think that it would have tasted better out of the tap. Since it's been
A week.
2, 3, yeah, almost a week.
Yeah.
5 business days.
Yep.
Since it was poured.
And it also
but it's
sat
not
on
bad.
the kitchen table for about 3-4 hours.
I mean,
you
whatever. It's you did what you could with it. It's good. I would like to go there and try this.
Oh, it's really good. It's really, if we go to my uncle's and do like a fishing trip or something, because he's only a half hour from where the place is.
Yeah.
We can definitely stop in there.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just a little. You get more of the hops without like the carbonation. Honestly, really helps.
What the fuck are you doing?
I was fixing my fucking.
Yeah, he was all tangled
cords.
up. What do you give it?
6.2.
That's a lot better than I thought you were gonna give it.
Me too.
I'm only going 6.5.
I'm gonna go 6.6.
Okay.
Again, this is my tasting of it out of the growler. From the tap, it was. I was gonna give it like a 7.2, 7.4.
If I try it out of the tap, I guarantee my score.
This is like a more artisan version of Kona.
Oh yeah.
Big Wave.
Yeah.
It's 100%.
Yep.
Where it's a little citrusy, but like kind of just runs like a normal lager.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. All right, so let's talk about the weed thing.
We're gonna go from alcohol to drugs.
I got a joke for you real quick.
Okay.
What do you call a cow that masturbates?
Did you read it off the card?
Did you get it from past episodes? Because I've told that joke.
No, I didn't know you told the joke.
I honestly don't remember.
Beef stroking off.
No. Beef jerky, which you can get at one of our sponsors, Uncle Irvin's Beef Jerky.
Nice. That was good.
I didn't have any more to say. I don't remember what we all say for that. But
you can make it up.
Uncle Irvin's Beef Jerky using promo code Rico gets you 10% off.
There you go. Every time you order.
Every time you order on all merchandise, not just the beef jerky, but their awesome hats, hoodies, and T-shirts. I don't know that they have hoodies, so don't quote me on that one.
So why would you have said it?
It just, I got on a roll and it went, and I couldn't stop myself.
Got to be politically correct over there, my friend. Do your research.
Billy, the one guy in here who
Right.
strives to not be politically correct.
Kind of. Depends. Situations.
It's your whole personality.
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, so weed.
Weed.
It's legal here.
Yep.
Ganja.
Incredibly easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember getting weed back in the day?
No, because I didn't smoke weed till it was legal.
Do you? Okay.
You remember the shit that was called granny panties?
What?
Did you?
Yes, I do. It was usually dog shit weed.
It was the worst fucking
and it always came with a lot of stems. But technically, or not technically, but most of the time, you would hit your guy up and you'd meet him at a park, which is the worst place to meet somebody for drugs, at a park where kids might be.
Better than a police station.
That is correct. Objectively correct. But you'd meet them, or it'd be like down the street from their house around the corner, and it would be the sketchiest thing you did all day, probably all month, where you'd get out, you'd high five, your money would be in your hand, and you'd high five the money in their hand.
Yep.
And on the same end, they'd hand you the drugs out in the open with their left hand.
Right.
I actually don't consider weed a drug.
I know, I don't either.
Just for funny purposes here, we'll say drugs. And then you get in your car. You drive a little bit farther down the block. You'd open up the bag to check what you got, like you're in a fucking Taco Bell drive-thru. You'd realize you either got some really good shit for cheap, or you realize you overpaid for some dog shit. That's just how it went. Okay? You weren't sure what it was cut with. You weren't sure if it was going to be good. You weren't sure if it was weed. You smoked it anyways, right? Now, I could drive a couple miles and go pick up some of the best shit I've ever smoked that would turn me into a fucking gorilla, right? Just make me make noises that a human shouldn't make, right? Just way too high. Q is in a really interesting spot in the country.
Yes.
Because he's on the border. He lives in a state where it's illegal. He drives 3 minutes? 3 minutes.
Something like that.
He drives 3 minutes. It's legal.
Is it legal in Missouri?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember we passed a huge one on the highway.
That's right.
I was like, oh, we should have stopped. We should have. Edibles would have been real fun for that trip.
I've never done used edibles.
Especially that night out, the first night out.
Or the night we played the game.
That is a better idea.
That whole line would have went a whole lot different.
Billy might have been just sitting there and not said anything, just been like this.
I would have been drooling like a fucking monkey in a zoo.
Anyway, Q is in a really interesting spot because it's very accessible. Do you think that Q would smoke? Because Q doesn't smoke a lot, I'll say that.
Smoke weed.
Q doesn't like take a lot of edibles. Q is every once in a while kind of guy.
He has that personality though where he doesn't really need to.
I do too, but I use it to go to sleep, to be honest with you, because my brain will. I don't have the ability. The light switch to turn my brain off is in there, but it's like, you ever been to a real busy party where everybody's shoulder to shoulder?
Oh yeah.
And you got there before everybody showed up, and your beer is in the fridge, and you're on the other side of the house, and you're like, fuck, like this is gonna be a trip.
Like
so instead of going to grab your beer,
bathroom.
you just start taking shots from everybody else, and you just leave your fucking beer there because it's like, in this situation, you leave a man behind.
Yeah.
That's where the light switch is in my brain. It's in a really busy party in the corner somewhere, and I just like, I'm too busy to get it. So what the weed does is it dims the lights so that it can go to actually commit the act of going to sleep. Do you think Q would smoke less or would consume marijuana less if he lived? That was louder.
I know. I thought that would be quieter.
Why was that louder?
Bro, do you got like an intensified fucking vibration on your phone?
That was Matt Louder.
I know.
Do you get it? Matt Lauer.
Yeah, it was not good, but I get it.
Free my boy Matt Lauer. Just kidding. He's a piece of shit.
Hey, keep that fucking thing on you when you have a girl over next time, right?
If he lived an hour west of where he's at, do you think he would consume no marijuana at all?
Because he's not in the state.
Think about it.
Yes, you're 100%
Think about
right.
it. Think about it this way then. Let's say it's legal in Ohio, not legal here.
Okay.
We are 45 minutes away from Toledo.
Yep.
Do you think you would consume marijuana less, or do you think that you would consume marijuana at the same pace that you are now?
Probably less.
Less?
Because here's the thing, and now a word from our sponsor. Are you still eating some of the worst beef jerky on the market? No, I started that off wrong. Hang on. Are you still eating some of the same jerky you get from the gas station? You know, the one that is basically generic at this point? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's time to change. It's time to introduce your taste buds to the Taste of Texas by Uncle Irvin's Premium Beef Jerky. They have amazing flavors like Bohemian Garlic, Lemon Honey, and my personal favorite, Jalapeno Honey, plus so many more. Head on over to UncleIrvins.com and shop their collection of apparel and jerky flavors. Use code RICO for 10% off at checkout. Uncle Irvin's, Taste of Texas.
Okay, so we're back from commercial. Go ahead.
God damn it. No, so you have people who smoke weed.
Mm-hmm.
You have people that like to stay high maybe, 3 to 5 times a week?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Recreational.
Then you have your stoners.
Okay, you have your dailies.
Yes.
And then you have your stoners.
Yes. You have the people, so I'm
your daily. Nick is your stoner.
Yes. I would say daily, from daily to stoner. Well, dailies probably have enough energy to continue to do something, but if you're a stoner.
No, I don't. I'm a daily that doesn't. Like, if I smoke, I'm done for the night.
All right, so daily and stoners, they're not driving that 45 minutes to go get pot.
I would disagree with you.
You think?
I think that Nick would smoke weed at the same clip he is now. Because Nick, I enjoy smoking weed, but I use it for one thing. Like, I'll smoke it before a party or I'll smoke before, like, bowling every once in a while. But I primarily smoke weed to do one thing. It's to be able to fucking shut my brain off and go to sleep.
I guess here's my thing.
Hold on, I'm not done. Nick smokes it to literally function as a human being. Because Adderall's expensive. And he doesn't like taking Adderall every day. He doesn't. So weed is that go-between for him where he's able to level back out, right, and act like Adderall, but he's got to do it 4 or 5 times a day. What was that noise?
Your computer's running low on storage space.
Okay, so it doesn't. We're going through the disc anyways.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
But Nick does it like 4 or 5 times a day. I do it once or twice a day, right? And it's just because it's like, oh, I was a little premature on when I smoked, so now I need to do again, hit this a couple times again and then go to bed. I think that he would make that. I think stoners would make the 45-minute trek.
See,
I think your 3 times a week, your recreational people or your dailies, I don't think they're making the trip, but I think stoners would.
Here's how I think about it is...
Yeah, let him go.
It is... Your stoners or your recreational users, they're already getting it from a dealer anyways.
Yeah.
You're not going to drive across the state line to go get weed and then commit a bigger crime by bringing drugs across state line.
Border jumping.
You know what I mean?
I don't... To be honest with you, I think that the crime committed by bringing it across the state line is... that I don't think they give a fuck about it. I really don't. I don't.
Maybe that's just how my
I think
mind
it's
works.
different.
Yeah, I have no problem transporting alcohol across state lines. So
well, it's different when it's.
I've transported weed from across a fucking U.S. line.
Well, and think of it this way: it's different.
A country border, you mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's either way. What did you say?
It's different if it's going international. Obviously, they're gonna fucking like if you're going from Mexico to the States, then
they don't check you.
Sometimes you get pulled for a random search.
Sometimes you should
what
be
I'm
a
saying
fucking
is,
idiot.
you think Michigan's gonna have a fucking cop sitting there at the fucking border saying, "Hey, I want to search your fucking car."
Billy, we gotta fix our roads somehow.
Yeah, well, fucking, we can see how well that's
But
going.
okay, so you think that you'd be like, nah, just like don't smoke weed anymore, unless somebody has it.
yeah.
You think so?
I guess so. Yeah, I wouldn't want to make the 45-minute trip. It's just like let me drive 45 minutes down, 45 minutes back.
Okay, but Billy, me and you have both done that drive to get Yingling.
Yeah.
But not like an everyday type.
Yeah,
thing,
not
though.
like
we don't do it
once
once
every 2
right.
weeks.
Yeah, this is like, hey, you know that weed we bought 2 days ago? It's gone. We got to make the trip. This is where with Yingling, it was literally,
well,
hey, dude, why don't we go get some
I'm feeling Yingling. Let's go get it.
Yeah,
okay, so let me put it this way. For dailies and stoners, when you purchase marijuana, you are purchasing it knowing that it needs to last me at least a month, or it needs to last me 2 weeks. Knowing that, would you make a 45-minute trip every 2 weeks? See, that changes it a little bit because it's not like an every 3 days thing.
I get now. See, that's different though.
Yeah,
different.
That changes the whole. Because so when I lived with Nick, we always bought enough to get us through like 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
So a 45-minute trip every 2 or 3 weeks is very inconsequential.
Yeah,
in terms of like wasting time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, no. That,
but if it was every 3 days, fuck that.
No, fuck that. It's even an everyday thing. I'm a weedaholic over here.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
I think that in states where it's illegal, I think that people are still like people who smoke at like a pretty high clip are still going to do it, right?
Yeah.
I think they would smoke at even a higher clip if it was legal.
I don't know. I've talked to some people. I've had that conversation with a lot of people who smoke, and they said it hasn't changed how much they smoke it being legal.
You know what? I just said that, but I agree with that.
Like, it just made it easier to get. It's not that they smoke it anymore.
The thing is, too, though, is I'm a big, like, I don't pay for it a lot. Because if there's one thing... Okay, so the difference between alcoholics and stoners is this. Alcoholics don't fucking share.
Depends on who the alcoholic is.
You can't call yourself an alcoholic if you share your beer.
Right.
You can't, right?
Right.
Because you're drinking it all. You need it to survive, right? The people who smoke weed at a decent clip are sharing it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a literal phrase, let me smoke you down. Let me smoke you out.
Right.
It means I'm here, I don't have weed.
Puff, puff, pass is a saying for a reason.
You do, yeah. You do. If you would like, I'll pay you for whatever I smoke. If you don't want me to pay you, I'm still going to smoke what I was going to smoke. And stoners or dailies are going to say, sounds good. I was going to smoke anyways. I didn't feel like smoking 4 bowls tonight. I was only going to smoke 2. But since you're here, let's spark up, big dog. That's the difference. Tell me I'm wrong. That's the difference between stoners and alcoholics.
No, you're completely right.
Completely different, right?
Yeah.
Stoners share, alcoholics don't.
Are you really texting on the show right now?
He's looking something.
Oh. No, you're absolutely right. Alcoholics do not share their shit.
Not at all.
You touch it, you're dead.
Not at all, yeah.
You're done. Like, yeah. So, yeah, it's 100% different, and you nailed it on the head.
What are you looking up? I want to... You know what terrifies me?
When he has that look on his face?
want you to word that last part again about stoners.
Stoner share?
Like the clip and saying how, like, between alcoholics and stoners.
Stoner share? Alcoholics don't? What are you talking about? Oh, like stoners, people who smoke at a decent clip.
Yeah.
Are going to smoke at a decent clip whether you're there or not.
Yeah.
So they're more willing to share.
Okay.
What are you writing that down? Are you stealing a joke from me right now?
Oh, God, no.
I really want to know what he's
Are you
doing.
pulling a Carlos Mencia right now and stealing a joke from me?
Nope.
All right, Dane Cook.
He based that whole fucking show off of stolen jokes. Isn't that crazy? Mind Mencia was a whole show
really
based off of stolen jokes.
Wow.
He was stealing jokes from open micers and club comics, not like arena guys because everybody sees those.
Right.
I'm going to tweet at Snoop Dogg later. That's a great person to ask right there.
Yeah. Ooh. That is good.
Does anyone have Snoop's number? Let's call him up.
Because here's the thing, dude. I'm going to tell you right now, whether you smoke pot or not, if Snoop Dogg goes like that,
I'm taking it.
you're taking it. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah.
That's like saying even if you're a fucking sober person now and you quit because of AA, if Stone Cold's sitting next to you and he throws you a beer, you're drinking that beer.
No. I think there's a difference.
Hey, bro. Wait, what? No, there's not. If Stone Cold hands me a beer,
To someone who's been in AA? No.
No. There's
No, I could totally see
people
it
who are
happening.
committed to AA. No.
Right. Someone who's like, I'm
people
just
who are
doing this shit so I can get
committed.
my job back. Yeah, he's going to drink the
Like
beer.
the
So
old
they get their little
the old
fucking
manager
chip?
at B-Dubs would come up to B-Dubs, slam 6 beers, say, "Hey, can you sign my AA paper?" No. Absolutely
Right,
not.
right.
I'm not going to be compliant in this bullshit. Are you fucking serious? How long have we been recording? Do you remember how long it was the first time?
No, I don't.
I mean, it's only
What time is it?
11:34.
And we're at 10 minutes on the second recording.
I think we were probably about 20 minutes on the last
I
one.
mean, we can push more conversation, but I think we just had a really good talk.
I did want to talk about something.
Go ahead.
Did you puke in your mouth?
Jesus Christ.
It sounded a lot more
It
aggressive.
sounded like you puked in your mouth.
No, it was a lot. It sounded a lot more.
Open
Sounded
your
like
mouth.
he puked
let
on
me
his
taste and
mic.
see what it is.
Oh, I have not brushed my teeth.
Dude, I haven't either. So it's actually rolling into what I want to talk
It's
about.
my goddamn house.
So during the work week, we are all fucking busy, right? We full disclosure here, we rarely text each other during the week.
Once or twice. Yeah.
It's like, but it's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rich will be either the one to start a conversation, or I'll come in with a fucked up joke. Matt will say something about asking, like,
send you
that's
my
it.
poop.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Green.
Dude, I thought I was dying. I
But
thought
no,
I was dying.
So like, we are constantly fucking busy over here. Like, if we're not recording, it's not like here's the thing: we're not in a fucking studio every single day recording a fucking episode, right?
Correct.
It's every Sunday we fucking do this.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, we think that beer at 10 o'clock in the fucking morning is a good idea.
Yeah, this kind of, just to be honest with you, ruins my stomach for the
No,
rest of the
dude,
day.
it sucks. And then I got to go skate after this.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
So
Alcoholic.
I wanted to compare.
Shares beer, though. Alcoholic?
Shares
I
beer,
share
though.
all my shit.
I wanted to compare, because it's just us three here, our fucking week.
Mm-hmm.
What is your fucking week like? I'm talking.
Billy, I don't know if you want to do this. But
No, listen. I do, because I want to know that I'm not alone in this.
Okay.
And here's why. Because I have felt for the last 3 weeks that I have not had any fucking time for myself. And finally, when I sit down on a fucking couch just to fucking relax, I can't relax. I can't just fucking. It's kind of like you. I can't turn my brain off for a little bit.
Billy, I don't know if you want to have this conversation.
Let's fucking have this conversation.
All right.
It's a fun fucking conversation.
Now,
it sucks.
Why don't you go first?
I mean, I work for another 3 hours after I get home from work. So I'm kind of the same way a little bit, except I'm not doing anything past this time. You know,
Because just remember, Matt, this is nothing like it's not who's better than who here. We're
No,
not,
right,
That's
I'm-
not
right.
what we're going
No,
for.
I know. I trust.
Right,
you.
I'm just saying
get
I do my 8-hour day, and then I work maybe another 2 or 3 hours on my computer when I get home,
Yeah.
and then but I'll set like after 8 o'clock. I'm not touching anything work related. I need to relax. I need to, because if I do that where I just work myself to death, I'm a miserable piece of shit.
When we've seen that.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
Yes.
Multiple times.
And you're doing it for less than you're making right now. Working yourself like a fucking dog for less than you're making
Oh yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what the definition of break is. Recently was laid off, which is super annoying. Yep. But before that, with that motherfucker, my beautiful son.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kim. That's fucked up,
no,
man. Kim comes bolting around the corner.
Now that I've been home with just him, this is what my day looks like. I wake up at 6:30. Change him, feed him. But not just change him, feed him. Change him, feed him. And I have a decibel app on my phone. He hits about just about 70 decibels.
On the fartometer?
No, on his screaming. Okay. Which 70 decibels, if you are unaware, is the consistent decibel for a busy highway.
Yeah.
Louder than shit.
You gotta get decibel reading on his.
You gonna talk the entire time?
I was just asking.
Okay. So I change him, feed him. Hang out with him for a little bit. He's usually down 45 minutes later. And then he's up 2 hours later. So around 10:30, 11 o'clock, he's up. This motherfucker fights sleep while the sun is up. If the sun is up, he refuses. I'm awake. I'm ready to fucking party. He's so much like his dad already. It is, and I realize how much I can be annoying sometimes now. He's up. If the sun is up, that motherfucker is ready to party. So then he's tired all fucking day. Because right now, at the age that he's at, he should be up for 2 hours, down for about 3. Up for 2 hours, down for about 3. Right?
Yeah.
He fucking refuses. Fucking refuses. He's like, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to be up until 8:30 tonight. But I'm going to scream in your face the whole fucking day. Now, I will say there's pockets in there where he's perfect, and him and I have like a really fucking good time. And we had like, now that I've been home for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, he's been like, we have like a really good bond.
Yeah.
Where he wakes up and he sees me. I don't even have to talk yet. He can like track you now. He sees me and he like immediately smiles so hard his eyes close. Right.
Little like look on his face.
Yeah, it's just perfect.
It's
like it's fucking amazing.
I love when babies do that.
But then I also want to throw him out a window sometimes.
Okay, Michael Jackson, calm the fuck down.
I think most parents want to do that.
You know what the hardest part about putting a baby in the microwave is? Getting that motherfucker in there. But then, so I'm up with him basically all fucking day. He'll sleep. I'll put him in the car. Just be like, fuck, go to sleep. Drive around. The minute we walk in the house, he's up. So all day I have to keep him entertained. If not entertained, then he screams, right? Then around 8:30, he's fed and changed again. He's fed and changed throughout the day, but 8:30 he's fed and changed, and then he'll fall asleep till about 10 o'clock, 10:30. So I like nap, motherfucker, fucking take a nap, because I have not napped. I have not really slept all day. 10:30 he wakes up. Change, feed. He's up until about 12:30, out. Back up at 6:30, ready to fucking go. I thought that before he was born, I didn't have a whole lot of time for stuff. We have this thing now where it's one video a week. I'm lucky if I got time for that. I've been doing it. I've been really fucking good at doing it, getting a video out a week, even if it kind of sucks, right? I mean, every single video I post, I think it has a chance to do pretty good, yeah. Right? But even if I'm like, this is what I got, and this is what I'm posting, I post it, right? Dude, this is the hardest fucking thing I've ever done. I used to say that bodybuilding was the hardest thing I ever fucking did because the diet was fucking crazy. The working out was easy. The diet was hard, right? This is by far the hardest fucking thing I've ever done because there isn't a second that goes on during the day where I can slip up. If I slip up too hard, he fucking dies.
Well, just wait till they're a toddler.
Yeah, man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, remember that video he put out?
That was the reason I said that.
That was good.
Remember, I was going to say, you remember that video he put out?
That's why I did
Don't
it,
fucking
Billy.
give
But
advice.
I feel like, and I'm going to use this chance to apologize to you guys because I feel like sometimes I'm really hard on you guys because, while, yes, I'm sure you are busy. And yes, I'm sure you are busy. Until you have a kid, you don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, dude, I thought I was busy before. Holy fucking shit, dude.
That's a 24/7 fucking job right
dude,
there.
It's
no,
crazy.
I understand that.
It's crazy, and because I'm like not working right now, Kim is like working extra, so she's not home as much. So it like I'm a stay-at-home dad right now, and it is I could see why like you see in the news sometimes that like mom of 3 kills all 3. You know what I mean? Like I
all right,
fucking
Casey
see it.
Anthony, we didn't need to go there.
I can feel it. I understand it. I don't think it's right, but I get it. It is hard, and so I want to apologize to you guys because I do think I put a lot of pressure on you guys because in my mind it's like they don't even know.
See, the funniest thing is when Chris had his first kid, right? I was like, dude, congratulations. They get her home and everything, and it's like probably like a week's gone by, right? Haven't heard from him, so I was like, I'll text him, see what he's up to, right? So I fucking text him like probably mid-afternoon, and nothing, whatever. So go about my day. I had to go into work, and I just remember getting a fucking text at like 3:00 in the morning. He goes, yeah, no, I'm up with her right now. This has been a daily thing for me. It fucking sucks. I want to throw her out a window, but I love her so damn much. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. And I so since I've been home, I've been working really hard on getting him on a sleep schedule. And last weekend was fucking crazy. So sleep schedule was a little off. And I was sitting up in bed just like crying. And Kim was like, what's wrong? I go, I worked so hard on this sleep schedule, and now it's all fucked up. And she was like, honestly, it's a blessing that he's even on one to begin with. Because right now, he shouldn't, like, it's surprising that he's on one. Like, usually a real sleep schedule starts around 6 to 8 months. And this dude, I can almost tell you for certain, I could tell you on the dot when he's going to be like, I'm ready to go to sleep. It's like within 20 to 30 minutes, I could tell you when he's tired. Let me get him. Let me get him back because he's gonna fall asleep. I know how to get him to sleep.
So the whole reason I brought this question up is I
thought you just wanted to talk about it. I didn't.
No. So there's a follow up. Listen. So the reason I brought it up was because I was curious in the fact of it was. I'm currently talking to this girl, right?
Oh, congrats!
Thanks, man.
Congrats on the prospective sex.
Yes. So, like, we were talking about, like, daily lives and, like, what we do, work-wise and everything like that. And she told me, or she asked me, she goes, so what's your week like? And I said, Monday through Friday? She goes, yeah. I said.
After he got done belly laughing.
I was like, well. So, I told her, I said, I work Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturdays, 6 to 4:30, sometimes 6 to 6, depending on what the fucking schedule for parts are like, right? I said after that, probably Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm at the ice rink. Mm-hmm. I said if I'm not coaching, I'm playing on Saturday nights. But I said the other 4 days, I'm coaching. Mm-hmm. She goes, really? I said, yep. And she goes, well, what about Sundays? I said, well, Sunday morning, I have the podcast. Then I have to race from the podcast. She goes, you have a podcast? I said, yep.
Which I drank 4 beers at.
She goes,
at 10:30 in the morning.
She goes, wait a minute. You work, podcast, coach, play hockey, and you want to take me out on a date? And I said, absolutely. She goes, where the fuck are you finding the time right now? I was like, honestly, I don't know. I think I'm just coasting on autopilot at this point. Like, that's what I feel like. Like, I feel like I'm on autopilot.
I'll tell you what, coaching takes a lot out of you.
Oh, dude.
It takes so much of your brain. So much of your fucking brain. And patience.
I love fucking working with kids and bestowing my knowledge upon them to help them be better at a sport. But, man, when somebody doesn't want to fucking listen, you want to just blow their fucking shit out.
It's not just when they... What?
Take a slap shot right to their head.
Okay, that was better. Then blow their shit out.
Okay, it did sound wrong. Like, fuck them up. I'll say that.
Okay.
Better.
Slightly better. Slightly better.
Casey
yeah, just...
but
I had drown them in a pool.
It's worse when it becomes impossible to do your job as a coach.
Oh.
When the coach that is above you goes against what you're trying to do.
Yes.
So on JV, I would kick this kid out of practice because he would show up 20 minutes late, and I'd make the kids fucking run suicides until he showed up. And then I'd kick him out of practice. The minute he showed up, I'd let him get – because he wouldn't even show up dressed to the field. I'd let him get dressed while these kids are running, and then I'd say, all right, go home.
Was he the hotshot that was like, I'm going to be the fucking
he's
all-star
like,
fucking quarterback.
He had receiver. He had the most talent of any kid I've ever seen in my entire life.
But he wasn't.
But he's a piece of shit.
See, here's what I hate the most.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Shut the fuck up. The man's talking.
The head coach would go into the locker room because he knew the talent and he thought he could fix him. There's no fixing this kid. He just didn't give a fuck.
He's on his own schedule.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. And so he'd go into the locker room, tell him to put his pads on, and go back out into practice. Like, dude, I just kicked this. Like, how am I supposed to get any of these kids to listen to me if you're just gonna send them?
You lose all respect from everyone else.
In the middle of the playoffs, his senior year, he quits.
Why? What the fuck?
I just didn't feel like practicing this week. And then Friday, I want to go out with my friends.
So you felt like just throwing it all away. That's it. That's what it is. You threw it all away to party.
Here's what I hate, and it's the parents. I'm not gonna lie. Parents are a pain in the ass to deal with in a lot of ways.
Sometimes.
But so for example, a few weeks ago, we ran our kids through an old school skate, like me and Billy and the other two coaches, like we used to do when we grew up, like good 45 minutes of hard conditioning skate.
Because you need the legs.
Makes sense.
Parents didn't like it.
Why?
They said we shouldn't be pushing them that hard.
Well, that's why your kid's not going to play in fucking college.
But it's like, come on. Like, that's what we did was nothing compared to what we used to do even.
Yeah.
I can't even.
You can't push them that hard.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I'm barely pushing them.
Are you guys good?
Oh, no, our team sucks.
We won one game the entire year.
There you go. Dude. So the tournament you guys were at in Port Huron?
Yeah.
My parents' neighbor, her son was at that tournament, but he was, what age group are you guys
14
in?
14.
Oh, yeah, he's in 10.
Okay.
Here's another thing I hate. So age levels in hockey used to have names like mini mites,
Pee-wee.
squirts, peewee, bantam, and midgets were the whole levels.
I'm pretty sure midget is what did it.
I feel like every single one of those.
Did
I feel like every single one of those are not politically correct.
Oh no, they're not.
And that's why you can't use them at all.
Not.
You can't use them anymore.
Isn't it like a AAA system?
Well, that's the travel side of it.
Okay.
But it goes like kind of like we just said. It's like 8U, 10U, 14U.
Yeah.
That's how you have to refer.
Now
to
all
it
the
as.
coaches
That's
still.
how soccer is.
Now all the coaches refer to it.
Basketball.
All the coaches still refer to it based off of the old school system.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Bantams.
oh, none of it's
Midgets.
PC anymore, so you can't even use that, which pisses me off.
And it's funny that you bring that up. Chris and I were when we were hanging out last night. We were
They're
talking
all
about it.
derogatory slurs towards little people.
Listen.
What do you mean?
The best part of it was like mite, squirt, peewee, like all that. Yeah, sure, whatever. So listen.
Not
hang on.
Bantam. Not Bantam.
So hang on.
No,
listen.
it is.
What is
it's
Bantam?
old school. It's an old school way of calling somebody
a midget.
slight.
Well, anyways, so no, we were sitting there talking about. We said out of all the ones that they have fucking labeled in front of you, we're pretty sure midget did it. Like you get to 18 years
Pee-wee?
old, midget.
Squirt.
Nah, dude. Think about it. If you're a little person and
Squirt
somebody
has
calls you a
multiple
midget,
offensive meanings to it.
You're gonna speak for all little people right now?
I'm not trying to speak for all little people.
Sounds
but
like
I feel like they get more upset at midget and they want to cancel that word.
I don't know if you walk
What
up.
about Rico?
Jesus Christ!
Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch.